Matches Balone.
Hey, what is up guys? Balone here, bringing you guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today we're going to be looking at the DC Collectibles, DC Comics Icons, Harley Quinn. Okay, so like always guys, before we get into actual figure review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, this is an open window box, so we do get to see a glimpse of that cool Harley Quinn action figure in there with all her accessories surrounding her. Across here, we get to read DC Comics with the Icons logo on the bottom and the old doubles for the characters logo right there. We get DC Collectibles. On the side, we get this really cool stylized 13. Harley Quinn is the 13th figure in the overall DC Comics Icons line, and she is the 4th figure of Wave 3. Once again, that Harley Quinn logo right there. DC Comics Icons, Harley Quinn, No Man's Land, DC Collectible. No Man's Land is the story where the design of this figure is based off. On the back, we do get a glimpse of the rest of the figures of Wave 4. DC Comics once again with some more images of Wave 4 action figures. The Icons logo was the L doubling for the characters logo. A designer, a sculptor, and in the corner we once again get that DC Comics logo. On the side, continuing with that open window design, up top we get a cool stylized 13 once again, and then across the side we get to read Harley Quinn. Up top, once again, we get her logo, and then on the bottom we pretty much just get manufacturing details. So that is it for the packaging. I'm gonna get her out of her box and we can check her out. Okay guys, here we have Harley Quinn out of her box. Now this is super cool. I like her accessories. These are very classic and iconic to her. But out of the box, you're gonna get the Harley Quinn figure. You're gonna get a mallet, which again, iconic. Everybody associates Harley Quinn with a mallet. You're gonna get her pop gun, which again, trademark to Harley Quinn. And you're gonna get these 3 accessory hands. First, let's kind of go over the hands. She has this second set of hands. These are here. There are almost close-fisted hands. They are like open but with some curved fingers. These are for her to grab onto that mallet. So it is really cool. And what I really like is that because Harley Quinn has this kind of like this checkered design, right? The black and red. Each hand going to each side is adequately painted to black or red. So I really like that. It is attention to detail, so that's really cool. She does have a third hand that is molded for this pop gun right here. So I'm going to show you guys both right now. I already have it right there. You can already see it is curved to hold the actual grip of the gun, as well as have that finger right there in the trigger. So that's really awesome. Also, you can see the pop gun right here, nicely detailed, nicely painted. It has this kind of like, it's a silver paint, but it's almost dirty, so it looks really cool. It looks really realistic. I also like how the cork is painted brown, so again, shows some realism. You know, the cork doesn't pop out. That would have been super awesome. I would have had so much fun with that. But this is all molded in together, so it is cool. And you can also see right there that the actual grip or the handle of the gun has some black on it. So even though this is a very small accessory, has a ton of detail, and I really like that a lot. And you can kind of see right there, if you wanted to point her to shoot somebody, bam, that would be a really big black eye. So, and last but not least is her classic mallet. Again, looks really cool. Looks, you know, almost like wood. So, you know, the paint and the sculpting and the molding of this looks really awesome. It just overall looks really cool. I like that they even put these kind of like metal rings around it. So, you know, again, small details like that really makes something go from really good to really awesome. So I just really like it. And like I said, it looks like actual wood. This looks like a real log. So and there you can see kind of like the staff of the mallet, and right here towards the bottom she has some red grip paint. So really cool, really awesome. You know, so My only complaint would be that similar to the Aquaman trident, the kind of staff of it right here, the pole, I feel like it is, trying to focus this for you guys. The pole, I feel like it is a little too thin, that I feel like this could actually kind of clip on me or break. So that's what I'm worried about. So just kind of extra precaution, guys, when you have her out and she's using this, just make sure nothing's gonna kind of make this snap in two, because that would be a bummer. So her hand right here, you can kind of just line it up right in between the index finger and the thumb, and you can kind of just force it in, and her hand would be on there. I would kind of suggest you guys put the hand onto the thing first and then stick it into her body, so that you're not gonna force it to break or anything, but to each their own. And it does really good of sticking on there. You can already see, so that's really awesome. And of course, I will demonstrate how to switch out the hands. All you're gonna do is grab your Harley Quinn figure. You're gonna try to hold right there around her wrist, pull out the current hand, and then you just grab your new one and you're gonna line up right there, and you're gonna push in. There are some notches in there that you're gonna hear kind of click into place, so it is securely in, and now she has her new hand. So that's really cool. Like I said, if you want to switch out and you want to have her hold her mallet or hold the pop gun, that would be awesome. For the rest of the review, I will just be holding the standard close-fisted hands. So there's that. I'm going to move this out to the side so we can just focus on Harley. So here we go. Oh, sorry guys. Really small space I'm working here. But yeah, so here we have Harley Quinn. So if you guys are new to DC Comics icons, Harley Quinn is actually one of the first female characters inside of the whole toy lineup. She is the 4th character of Wave 3. And what's really awesome is that Wave 3 is comprised of 2 male characters and 2 female characters. So this is really cool. Like I said, she is one of the very first female characters. I believe every wave after this will have female characters in there, but so it's kind of cool that Harley Quinn is one of the first. So articulation is really good. She is just like every other DC Comics icon. You have rotation right here on the head, so you can rotate that all the way around. She can look this far down and this far up. So you have that. Her arms also, once again, can kind of go all the way around. You don't have to worry that this kind of I'm not really sure, kind of like her ponytail right here. It's not going to hinder her arm because you could extend it, so no worries in that regard. You could go in and out, so that's really awesome as well. Right here on her bicep, she does have a swivel, so if I just hold that, you could see that it does turn in and out as well. She has double jointed elbows right there, so let's show that for you guys. You can see it. That's really good. I really like that. There's just, it's awesome when action figures have double jointed. Right here, she can twist her hand, and then you could turn them in and out. Let me get a better view for you guys. Sorry if my big fingers are kind of blocking the view, but this is a very small figure. So that is for the arms. She has, let me stretch this out a little bit. She could rotate her whole torso all the way around, just like her head, so that's really good. She also has an ab crunch, so that's really awesome. You can see how far down she goes and how far up. Right here on the legs, you could spread them this far out, which is great since, Harley Quinn is an acrobat. There'll be some interesting design and poses you guys can put her in. Right here, you could hear just how tight these kind of like joints are. So even though she is a lot looser, oh, I already popped her out, so you see how tight that really is. But yeah, even though she is a lot looser compared to other DC Comics icons, there is some very stiffness there. This is how far forward she wants to go, apparently, and this is how far back she wants to go. You could already see this is kind of extending outward instead of going forward back. So that is a little disappointing. Normally other figures kind of go a little higher in both regards, but it's still pretty awesome. Her knees, just like her elbows, are double jointed, so you guys see right there. that's really cool. And then she has no calf cut, so there's no swivel here, but she does have ankle. She can kind of move that foot in and out, and she does have ankle pivot, if I can kind of see right there to the side. So that's really cool. Like I said, she is just like every other DC Comics icon. Now her paint application is also awesome. Very nicely painted. I think Harley's design. This is her classic look. This is how she was introduced in the animated series, and this is actually how she's introduced into comics for the first time. And it was under the No Man's Land story. So this is really cool that you know Harley Quinn is one of the first females. This is like essentially one of her first appearances. We're just getting all first when it comes to Harley Quinn. But yeah, I always feel like her classic kind of court jester design is very easy to kind of mess up, just because this kind of cross pattern, you can easily, you know, paint red, or I mean bleed red into the black and vice versa. But I feel DC Collectibles did a really good job at the paint application. There's only red where there has to be, and there's only black where there has to be, and you know the white also looks very pristine and very clean. So I think they did a really good job. You could already see all these kind of like diamonds around her body, so that looks really awesome. And again, even though it is a very simple design, it just looks good. And because of these solid colors and how bold they are, even though again one of the main colors is black, just because how bold they are and how bright, she does a really good job of kind of standing out. But yeah, you could already see even the diamonds, because again, you know, only the diamonds are painted red or black in this case, you know, so that's really good. You know, it's something that I'm just super impressed. DC Collectibles have knocked every DC Comics icon out of the park. They have just done a tremendous job when it comes to paint application. You know, tremendous job overall, you know, to be quite honest. So that's really cool. Right here, again, the face is also something where they just nailed it. It's only her face is white. Her lips has that red, obviously, and her eyes are also colored in. Again, they did a really good job, even kind of drawing in that kind of like domino mask that she has. Like I said, I'm really surprised at how well she's detailed. You know, so that's really good. And like I said, the white is really clean as well. But yeah, you know, I really don't have any complaints for this figure, aside from I'm a little worried of these kind of like very thin arms. You know, these are a little smaller than normal. Of course, she is a female, and normally females tend to be smaller than guys. But still, you know, just like my Atomica figure, I want to call her pencil arms, just because I feel like, you know, these plastic arms might break eventually. They don't feel like they're gonna break. They feel good. They feel not tight, not loose. They just feel very adequate. So it looks really good. And aside from me popping out her leg right here, everything else does seem to be, you know, a good accessibility to anything else. DC Comics icons normally are super tight in the joints. Luckily for all of Wave 3, they have done a better job of loosening them. But as you can see, when I was trying to move her legs, there's still fairly some tight joints here and there. And of course, like every other icon, she does a really good job at kind of standing on her own. I'm trying to stand her right now, and she doesn't want to comply. So just to go to show you that every time I try to film, it never goes my way. But yeah, so you can see right there, she does a really good job at standing on her own. For a bit of comparison, I do have the Atomica figure from the DC Collectibles Wave 3. So right here, you can already see how these are the two females, similar to one another, but I feel like they both still have a separate body mold and a separate sculpt, so that's really cool and really awesome. I also have the DC Comics Icons Aquaman, also from Wave 3. And then you can already kind of see how the females are just differentiating themselves from the males right there. And last but not least, I have also for the DC Comics Icons Wave 3, I have Superman. So this is all of Wave 3. You can already see the two males, the two females, and how all of them have different molds, different body types. I feel they're still within scale with one another. You know, they all are pretty much lined up. It might seem like some of them are further back and some of them are further, but they are in kind of scale. You can see the Harley Quinn seems to be about the same height as Atomica, but because of those kind of like, again, those like ponytail type things, she seems a little taller. Shorter than Aquaman, shorter than Superman, and like I said, definitely a smaller body than Aquaman and Superman, but has pretty much the same body as Atomica. So I think she's into scale within the group, and you could already see if you have more of these DC Comics icons, they're gonna look good with one another. They just look like they belong. To kind of compare them, I'm gonna give you guys a front view. Here we have Harley Quinn and we have Atomica, so it looks really good. You can already see how, like I said, they do look like they have similar body types, but I do feel like these are separate molds and separate scopes, so that's really cool. You can get the side view right there, the back, another side, and front again. And also, you know, you can already see just how the different colors kind of match with Harley. She still does a really good job. She's almost like Aquaman. I'll show you guys that in a second. Right now, let me put Atomica to the side. Here we have Aquaman, and you can see where like both these characters, they have a very bright color. In Harley's case, it's red, and in Aquaman, it's orange. And they also have a much more darker matte color, which, and again, Harley Quinn is black and Aquaman is green. But you can see they're very similar to one another, and they both do a really good job of standing out color-wise. All four figures in this wave have had a tremendous amount of color, and they're very bright and they're very popped, so I really like that. But again, comparison, here we have the front view of them. Here we have a side. Again, you can kind of already see the pencil arms compared to the more muscular one right there. The back, other side, and the front. So, looks really cool. And as always, guys, last but not least is the big blue cheese himself. Here we have Superman. And again, this is a very bright action figure, but I feel both of them are doing a good job at just standing out color-wise. They do really cool, and you know, you could already see how they're drastically different. Obviously, you know, Superman, Harley Quinn, but they still look like they belong in the same toy line, so that's really awesome. And again, you can get a comparison of the arms. Now, don't get this wrong, I don't want super muscular arms for Harley Quinn. Her character doesn't normally have that, so I don't want that. But, you know, it is kind of a little weird to have such small arms. But, you know, I trust DC Collectibles in as a whole, you know. When this line was first introduced, it was designed to have kind of the human anatomy in mind and kind of hide all the joints, so it to be a little more realistic to the human body. So, you know, I feel like they're doing a great job. And then, like, you know, like I said, I have seen, you know, a lot of people with thin arms, but, you know, it is a little weird to have them in your action figure. So yeah, we're gonna stand Harley once again. If she helps out, there you go. Put her in the center. But yeah, that's essentially my review of Harley Quinn. If you guys haven't picked it up, I have really enjoyed this. I really like it. I have been collecting all the DC Comics icons, but I will tell you guys if there's one figure where I feel like it is lacking or if it's not. But of course, Harley Quinn is a super popular character, so I'm sure a lot of people have gone ahead and picked them up. If you guys haven't, DC Comics icons as a whole is a really cool action figure line, and Harley Quinn is no exception to that. She's really great. She has awesome accessories, and I love above all else that this is her classic look. That's my favorite look for her. I still feel like it's her best look, so that's really awesome. But go ahead, guys, comment down below. Tell me, guys, your thoughts and opinions on this figure. Are you guys super fans of Harley Quinn? Are you not that interested in her? Have you been collecting DC Collectibles icons? Have you stayed away? Whatever you guys are thinking, comment down below. I like to hear it. Like the video, guys, like it, dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe and look forward to more videos, guys. Thanks. Laters.